Welcome children. Take out your real English book. Part 7, Chapter 11, Dolls Over Ages, Part 2. Before explaining this chapter, let me tell you in Part 1, I have already explained how the various types of dolls depicts through the ages in various ways. Now let's start the chapter. Japanese use dolls for various purposes. Now, Japanese, what they use the doll? They use the dolls for various purposes. A primitive Japanese doll was made of sticks and strings covered with paper clothing. Now, one primitive Japanese doll, what was it made of? It was made up of, they used to make this doll with sticks and strings which were covered with paper clothing. Some dolls were dressed and fed and treated as though alive. Now, some dolls, they were dressed and they were fed and they were treated as if they are alive, means they are real doll. These dolls were given to mothers to ward off evil from their children. Now, these dolls, they were given to the mothers to the ward of the evil from their children. Japanese women who desired to have a child presented doll at a place of worship. Now, Japanese women, what they preferred? They had the desire that they would have a child presented dolls at a place of worship. The Japanese also have ceremonial dolls for boys and now Japanese, they even had some ceremonial dolls for their boys and girls. These are not for playing but for simple exhibiting a specific day. Now these dolls, were not only used for playing but also they were used for exhibiting for a specific day. The boys exhibit the warrior doll on March 3 and girls festive dolls also on March 1. Now the boys, what they used to do? They used to exhibit their warrior dolls on March 3 while the girls, they used to exhibit their dolls on March 5. The use of dolls in religious ceremonies continues till date. Now, use of dolls in religious ceremonies, still it is continuing. Since of the birth of Jesus, including figures of baby Jesus, Mother Mary, Joseph and the shepherds. Now, from where many scenes you can see from the birth of Jesus. It includes the figure of baby Jesus, Mother Mary and Joseph and the shepherds. These are called the crib dolls and are not meant for playing. Now, what are they called? They are called the crib dolls and these dolls are not meant for playing. In northern India, the story of Krishna's birth, that is Janmashtami, is depicted through clay dolls. Now, in India, that is in North India, the story of Krishna's birth, that is the Janmashtami, it is depicted through clay dolls. In Bihar, the entire story of Shyama Chak festival is depicted through clay images. And in Bihar, what happens? Full story of the Shyama Chak festival, it is depicted through clay images. In the southern state of Tamil Nadu and in some parts of Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, the festival of Navratri is celebrated with the setting up of dolls display Golu. Now, in southern states of Tamil Nadu and in some parts of Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, there is a festival of Navratri. How it is celebrated? It's celebrated with the setting up of dolls which display Golu. Women set up decorated planks in a corner of the house. Women, what they set up? They set up them decorated planks in a corner of the house. These planks are decorated with dolls and displayed for 10 days. Now these planks, where are they decorated? They are decorated with dolls and they are displayed for 10 days. These Navratri dolls are arranged in several tiers. Now these Navratri dolls, how they are arranged? They are arranged in several tiers, that is usually 7, 9 and 11. At the end of the festival, the Golu is dismelted and packed up for the next year. Now, at the end of the festival, what happened? Golu, it gets dismelted and then it is packed up for the next year. In Africa, dolls were treated with magical powers. Now, Africa, what happens? The dolls, they are treated with magical power. There was a custom of giving an adult girl a doll which she kept with her till she had her first baby. Now, what is the custom of Africa? That an adult girl is given a doll and the adult girl gives the doll till she had her first baby. Then she was given another doll which kept till she had the second baby. Then after the first baby, she was given another doll which she kept it after she had the second baby. The West Indian and used dolls for performing black magic. Now West India, what they use the dolls for? They use the dolls for performing black magic. Pins and needles were struck into the bodies of the dolls, or they were harmed with the belief that in this process the victim would suffer. Now pins and needles, they used to stick pins and needles in the bodies of the dolls, and they used to believe, they had the belief that they will be harmed, that in the process of the enemy would suffer. Some of these dolls were made of wax, while some were made out of carved brooms. Now some dolls, they were made of wax, while other dolls, they were made of carved brooms. Grain and fruit, paper, clay, branches, or simply a piece of cloth stuffed with herbs. Grain, fruit, paper, clay, branches, or simply a piece of cloth which was stuffed with herbs. Even today, craftsmen in Assam and West Bengal make dolls out of soft stem. Even today, means in present day also, in Assam, craftsmen in Assam and West Bengal, they make dolls out of soft stem of wood growing in the marshy area. West Bengal is known for terracotta toys and Rajasthan market dolls of unbaked clay. Now West Bengal, what is West Bengal known as? West Bengal is known for terracotta toys, and even Rajasthan make a doll also of the unbaked clay. Artists of Uttar Pradesh are masters of making brightly painted wooden dolls. Now artists of Uttar Pradesh, what are they? They are the masters of making brightly painted wooden dolls. Over the years, the variety of materials and mechanism used for making dolls have increased tremendously. Now, since many years, what happened? Variety of materials and mechanism which were used for making dolls, they have increased tremendously. Built-in musical boxes, mechanical devices that make dolls walk and talk have changed the way. Now, these are built-in musical boxes, mechanical devices, and these dolls they walk and even talk. They have changed the way we think of the doll. But probably the first doll was just a bunch of twigs. But mainly the first doll, what it was? It was just a bunch of twigs. Now, take out your diary, write Chapter 11, Dolls Over Ages, page 69 and 70, explained, homework, revise it. And with this, I am ending my today's class. Goodbye.